Hey guys, Philosopher here, and today I am going to be showing you the final round of my Crucible match this time around. I'm facing Ironborn, 31 million TCP, one of the largest accounts in the game, significantly larger than mine. Mine is 26.5, so about 4.6 million larger than mine, pretty substantial there. As you know, last time Old McDonald had that innovative team he used, the Brotherhood team against Brotherhood Dormammu against my Brotherhood Kestrel Dormammu against my Darkhold, and he won. So I lost the last match, so I'm trying to salvage a 2-1 victory here. And I'm facing kind of a mirror of sorts in the sense that I do have Eternals and Dormammu on defense. I do have Darkhold on defense. There are some differences. So for example, he has Infinity Watch on defense and I don't. So that's going to make this a shorter match. So he couldn't beat my Eternals team. He could not beat my Darkhold team. So if I defeat 4 teams more efficiently than him, I win. So we'll start. I'm going to do the easy ones first, I think. I don't really see any reason not to, right? I can do. So my plan is to do Uncanny here, I could, whether I do the Mirror or I could do Secret Avengers here. I'll do the Mirror here in Infinity Watch, which should be fine. I could do the Mirror here in Wakanda. That alone should get me that should be enough if I can succeed in all those to get me the win. And of course so maybe I'll actually save Black Order for the end because that's more or less a swing team. I still have Weapon. I have Weapon X and I've got A-Force Doom and so forth. So I do have some other options that I could use in those. For example, I could use Weapon X, and I could use Weapon X if I need to clean him against Wakanda and so forth. But hopefully I don't have to. Hopefully I can out-efficiency him. I only have 54 minutes, so I need to get started and get this done. Let's start with my usual advice is to start with what I'll call your iffiest attack first. Most questionable. So let's do the Wakanda Mirror here. I generally have done okay with the Wakanda Mirror, even though I'm missing T4s and so forth. This is a punch-up, but I have succeeded with this in the past, so let's give it a try. See how it goes. So the question is, do you go for Okoye first or Black Panther? I've gotten mixed advice. A lot of my former alliance mates in Pants of Hulk have told me go for Okoye first. She's doing all those damage with the assist, kind of like how Nebula is on Infinity Watch. Others have suggested to me to go with Black Panther because he really is the one who gets the team going with all the charges and so on. I think either is a viable choice. So I'll go for Black Panther, I suppose. Okay. Please do not die, M'Baku. Okay. Lots of crits. So far, so good. We've survived. I am missing some really important T4s on this team. And you can kind of see that in terms of how much damage I'm taking versus the opponent. I think he's able to turn off my drain with a... All right. With... see, all adjacent, so we'll go here. We don't want to taunt because he's already low health, so... There we go. Uh-oh. Stay alive, M'Baku. Yeah, let's reduce the speed bar there. We don't want him to go. Uh-oh. This did not go very well for me, so I think this is probably going to be one where I'm going to try this over. I'm not going to keep this one. Yeah, it's not working. I'm abandoning this quickly because it's almost like a speed round. I got to do it in under an hour. I can't take my time and contemplate. I'm not doing this on stream, so we're not getting no chat this time either to be working with. So let's go with Weapon X. Frankly, I could just do Weapon X plus Doom which I think would make it easier. Like take out Silver Samurai. You know, that might actually be the better road to go. Let's see. Let me think about this. I'm just trying to... Yeah. Maybe take out Wolverine and put in Doom. I think that's probably the right move here. All right, let's try this again. Should have done this the first time. This is an example of how you can make a mistake by kind of going with your usual game plan and not, for example, here I know this is basically a 4-team fight here. I don't really need to take out I shouldn't need to take out his, his Eternals or whatever to win. And yet here I am. Whew. Wow. That's brutal. Well, let's not get the caught behind the M'Baku taunt. Yeah, this does not go very well at all. He has a huge... Yeah, I think this is a failure as well. Unbelievable. Guess this is a lesson on upgrading Wakanda. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right. We may need to... We've got to get this down in order to win this, or else I've lost this fight. So let's see. We'll take this team. Yeah, this did not work very well. I almost did better with the Wakanda mirror. Maybe I should go for Okoye that next time. Wow. He's got a lot. He must have very high T4s and so forth on his Wakanda. It's an old account that's been in the game a long time, so he's got more T4s than me historically. Boy. Yeah, the options here: Young Avengers, which have in defense, Weapon X, and Wakanda are basically the options in this for this matchup. Wakanda in this particular room. Weapon X dipped very poorly. I think we're going to try it with Wakanda and roll the dice and see how our luck goes again. I do have Okoye and Black Panther up at Gear Tier 15. It's just not enough to get it done. Not enough. And I think it's the lack of T4s that are the issue. All right, we're going to go after... All right. Trying to get Okoye down. It's a lot of attack lost. If we can get her down. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. I mean, Killmonger's the one that's... that's low. I do need to... Should have probably used a special first in Killmonger since he was low in health. All right, let's reduce his speed. Okay. Nice. So we at least get this first. Oh, yes. We got a Koi down. That is huge. Now, well, that was it. But that's a big one. I mean, just getting a Koi down is huge. Let's make sure Panther gets heal blocked. Okay. Come on. Oh. Brutal. Brutal. That's it. So we got a Koi down, but we didn't get Black Panther down. That's probably the end of the road here. I will say that I noticed that my... Okay. 100% turn meter. I do have a chance here. Going after their healer. I have a chance. Oh my God, I have a chance. Okay, you gotta be worried about timing out. Once again, going right after Shuri. Yep. Yes, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Yes. Yes. Wow. We're still in this. If we lost this, that basically the match would have been over. So we have a chance. It's not, obviously, this is the third attempt, and it is a bit brutal here. I mean, we got, we lost two of our members, but at least we got it down. I may need to, I may not be able to win this just by getting those four, but at least we did it. Okay. Brutal. Wow, huh? 2 cancels, but we got it done eventually. Yeah, I probably need to upgrade Wakanda even more. I know some of you have said in the comments, why aren't you upgrading Wakanda more? And the answer is just gear. I mean, like all of you, I'm not spending much on this game anymore, so I don't. I'm even more at a shortage. I'm not wailing in energy like I used to. So, I don't have unlimited resources, and they want us to build so much stuff. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Is just I'm worried about using up even more SBCs on this team. The other limitation just for me is T4. So, and I'll do this very quickly because I want to make sure I have enough time for the full match before it runs out. Wakanda, I do have a few. I do have like some of the Black Panther T4s. I have Killmonger from before, but I'm missing all the Okoye T4s, and it seems to me like, this one lowering drain by 50% for all enemies is huge. I think he was lowering my drain, and I wasn't lowering his, and so that I basically was at a disadvantage there. So I probably need that one. I don't have any of these either. So, but I want to make sure I have enough for Gambit. So let's go right to the Crucible here. All right. And all right, so we got that one done. That was like I expected. Iffy, I didn't expect it to be quite that iffy. The rest of these should be easy. So let's just do the mirror here. I think that's the simplest way to go. So this defensive reversal room affects both teams equally. In the beginning, you start out with safeguard, so it does absolutely nothing to you. It wrecks a lot of other teams that don't have safeguard. Obviously, that's going to change some point here. But that will affect both teams equally because it's the mirror. So we should be fine. So I'm doing the special first, basically, so I will have the dodges up for when Adam Warlock is doing his okay. So far, so good. Usual bad targeting by the AI. And the focus here is to get File of L down. Okay. 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 Going after File of L. Not sure why things haven't flipped there. There we go. Now she's getting the flip. Now we're going to get, right as our defensive stuff goes down, we're going to get the evades, which should help us. There we go. We dodged both of the evades. That should be enough to do it. Okay. And just get the defense down, so it's probably worth going there. There we go. Usually go for Nebula next. Probably should have done that. That was a misplay. Getting a little too carried away here. All right, let's stun Nebula. Okay. She's no longer stunned. We're going to go after Nebula next. Might as well get the evades here to have some semblance of a defense. Or maybe those flip. Not sure. Try to get her down before she can take another turn. And I think this is more impactful in terms of damage. Yeah. All right. Not ideal, but it's a one-shot at least. The rest of these should all be one-shots as well. So that's the thing. So, okay. Yeah, I'm probably behind him on efficiency just because I, had that unfortunate screw up with Wakanda. Have a weak Wakanda. In a lot of ways, this is a test of your rosters as much as it's a test of anything else. All right, let's do this. I found this is quite efficient. You get it done in very few turns, and Phoenix usually doesn't die. This is always my biggest problem is when Phoenix gets ability blocked. I hate that because then it doesn't clear my T-buffs off the rest of the team. That sucks. And usually, she does not die if she gets the special early, she doesn't die. But right now she is. We've only got one enemy frozen as well. These are usually the sketchiest that this is for me is when Phoenix gets that ability block early. So now, jeez, I ordinarily would use this to get taunt. But he will get taunt later. I'm gonna. I don't even get the death proof. That was stupid. Actually, I just got charges there. All right. Well, Phoenix died, but this was a bit of an unlucky circumstance here. She got the ability block. It usually doesn't happen. It's happened to me once before, and I've run this attack many, many times. All right, like at least we'll have full health on the others, or we should. Close enough. And that should resolve it. Okay. Not ideal. Not ideal. Yeah, we're not overcoming the deficit that we need to here. All right, so realistically, could we get 8,000 from here? And maybe, I don't even know how much did I get here? 83.61. So I might be able to win it here if I do it quickly. So I got to think about what is the quickest way to beat Black Order. I got a lot of options because I got Weapon X, got Secret Avengers, Kestrel 100% work. I've done that counter many times. E-Force Doom. I have no idea. Those are my options. I think I'm going to do Secret Avengers Kestrel. I think so. The cheapest option, so here's the thing. The cheapest option would be, when I say cheapest, I mean in terms of value of the team. The cheapest option would be to mirror Black Order here, which would then give me more options to toy around with garbage here. But I think that's not wise. Like, the wise thing to do is go for the sure, quick win. And I think this is a team that's got a lot of healing and so forth. So I should be high health and so on here. I think I should end up this match pretty successfully. My team outgears his, so I should have no problem. So the one thing you just do not want to do here, the one way you can really screw this up is by spreading buffs before he flips. So you actually just summon the little troopers or whatever. They don't really do much. Okay. Okay. Now you do this. Okay, we get a lot of... He eats all of that stuff. Ooh. Now we get a stun here. There we go. And then I start usually aiming at Doom. Okay. That may have been a mistake. Okay. Well, I guess not. I guess it worked. We're going to do this. We just need to... There we go. That's what I needed. And now the Doom is gone. We're just trying to do this in... the easiest way possible. The highest health version, or the highest... the most efficient way possible. So we lost a little bit there. We will get a retaliation here, but I think getting the multiple attacks is good. All right, I don't want to do any more summons because it's actually going to kill my efficiency. So let's kill her. There we go. Let's get down call. not perfect, but pretty full health. Maybe you could have gone faster, but whatever. You can't. So how many do I get out of this? Let's see how many points I get where I'm at. It's going to be a very different match if I'm a little behind versus I'm a little... Okay, I won. So I already won. And then it's just a matter of what do we want to do? We've got 31 minutes to show you what more we could do to get some points. So let's say I was a little short. If I was a little short, I probably would go after this team. I think this team's easier. So what I would do is you've seen me do it before, the Zemo sack. Where are you, Zemo, my friend? We'll do Zemo sack first. You gotta add some Hydra. I forgot. You gotta add anything. It doesn't matter what you add, I should say, as long as they're characters you aren't going to use otherwise. And I can confidently tell you that Red Skull and Winter Soldier or whatever assorted garbage here is not gonna be used by me without Zemo. So now basically we're gonna wait for 5 minutes and we're gonna. We'll use the ultimate just because it's got a long animation time. I think the basic would do more damage. It gives me less leeway. I've got to time it more perfectly, and I'm old, so you don't want to. I don't want to take any chances with it. So that's what we'll do here. It definitely gives us some freedom. You can see how if I wasn't more efficient than him, it would have been a problem, but. He had taken, took him, multiple attacks to defeat mine. So that was good. I mean, as long the issue with my defense, I go fairly heavy on defense by putting both the Eternals and Dormammu and Darkhold on defense. And that generally works unless my opponent figures out a way to efficiently clear one of them, right? If you can one-shot them without using Darkhold, it's a problem. So my opponent last time used Brotherhood, Kestrel, Dormammu. That's a great trade. Trading Dormammu for Darkhold is a good trade. And that's really what the name of the game is. I've talked about this in my guide video. Is the name of the game is trading. What you want to do, it's like if you ever play chess and you're trying to trade your pawns for their bishop or your bishop for their queen or whatever. You're trying to trade your lower valuable pieces for your higher valuable pieces. And so, here, obviously, whatever. I mean, at this stage, I have nothing left to trade. Or it doesn't matter because we're down to the last couple of rooms. And I've already won, obviously, too. But unless he has some last-minute attacks up his sleeve, but I can tell you he doesn't. He's already done lots of attacks. So, you in the beginning, right? I was like, okay, do I want to use, Wakanda? Do I want to use Weapon X with Doom? If I use Weapon X and Doom, it kind of hurts me, kills two teams, right? So that's a more valuable counter than using something else. So you use some off-meta way of accomplishing the same goal, right? Similarly, with Infinity Watch, that was actually a fair trade, right? I traded my Infinity Watch for his. That's basically a swapping pawns or bishops or whatever you want to call it from chess. What you want to do, though, is you want to find circumstances where you can swap up. Uncanny and Web Warriors are both sort of teams, but, that's an easy swap for me, right? Okay, you've got a bazillion, you got a super huge Web Warriors, fine. I can swap you a lower geared Uncanny that will beat them every time. Even if things go wrong, like you saw my Phoenix got ability block, maybe I even made a misplay or two. It didn't really matter because that team's got so many tools to deal with. Web Warrior doesn't matter. Now with this, the reason I'm going after this team is that if I get Dormammu under 100%, then I should be able to have a attack where I'm facing one version of all of these. And Emma and Cloak, they're fairly weak. You could probably get them down and make this a 5v3. And we might be able to. And we're using one full attack to do this. But we might be able to, get a good result here. So we'll see. But that is definitely that's the goal here, is try to make it, try to maybe do this in 2 or 3 attacks. It's probably going to end up being more. It's probably going to be 3 attacks, not 2. So you can see now my time's going down. I will say this is an unfun part of the game that, I do think this is an unfun part of his kit and an unfun part of the game. Like, if a developer's watching this, and I know that they sometimes do, having me sit around for 5 minutes, I keep it in here. I don't edit my videos, as you probably can tell. I know people sometimes get upset about that. I'm a pretty unsophisticated YouTuber. This is not my job. It's just something I do on the side for fun. Okay. You can see I know the animation is going to last long enough, and then this way we get damage on a number of them. But certainly Dormammu, you'll see, is at below 100%. Okay, so there you go. Mission accomplished. So the question is, what team do I bring in next? In War, I would bring in Weapon X. It would be a no-brainer. I might be able to just one-shot it with Weapon X with the war buffs without doing that sack. But without the war buffs, Weapon X ain't so good. But it might be my best option left, because I do have the new Warriors. I do have X Factor, and not very good. I do have Silver Surfer, and I do have T'Challa, and I do have Doom. So I do have some interesting stuff. So I think the question is, do I bring the full Weapon X, or do I take out, somebody? Do I take out a Captain Sam or Wolverine or whatever? I think we'll just try the full team, because going without, some of those other pieces could end up being like my cleanup team if we need it. Okay. Oh my goodness. So that was it. That actually, let's just do it. Let's just let that be. I think what we'll do, this will just be a glorified sack team. In retrospect, I should have just sent in a sack team. So I'm learning something here. I've not really faced this before. So you're going to, you can check out of this video if you're like, you don't care. But this is another 4 minutes of me waiting around. I'm going to use their special, like, with, 1 second left. Something like that. 2 seconds left. So that this way, I'll get even more damage. I'll make sure I get them below 100%. And then, we'll go in with whatever our third attack is. The best stuff we got left, which is I don't know how good that stuff's gonna be. Might be like A-Force Doom, maybe like 3 A-Force members with Doom and Surfer. We've also got Star-Lord, T'Challa. Now, one difference that I think is kind of interesting between this and Galaxy of Heroes, which I've played the Star Wars version of this game. This is kind of like Marvel Strike Force, kind of like a copy of sorts of Galaxy Heroes. And Grand Arena is their game mode that this is copied off of. In Grand Arena, you can do unlimited attacks, so I could attack 8 times. Eventually, I would wear this team down, right? After 8, if I did this 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You can't reuse your team. So if you quit out, that you can't reuse it. So I think there's argument that this is better. I think having just 6 rooms and just 3 attacks means that you're gonna do less attacks, and it's a practical matter, and you're almost never gonna zerg down an opponent anyway. That's just you don't usually have much left in the tank, right? Like, let's say this attack failed, and then the next attack failed. I mean, what would I have left? X Factor or something like that's not going to get it done. Now, the other good thing I will say is if you're gonna have it so you can reuse the team, like quit and re-go in, like I did with Wakanda, you kind of have to have very limited attacks, because otherwise it would just be an RNG fest. So it'd be like Scourge. where people are replaying the same node 5,000 times to make sure that they get the perfect RNG set of dodges. That would be awful. Okay, so I do like, one of the things I do like about this game mode is your 3 attacks are done. I mean, I think for our own lives and just the sake of our own happiness here, that's what you want. So we'll be able to see how we do. I think it's safe to say we're not going to beat this, but you never know. You never know. We're going to we'll give it a try. I think it goes to show you how tough these defenses are, right? I mean, my opponent had the same trouble with my Eternals defense. It's tough defense, even in this room, where they don't do the speed reduction stuff. Darkhold also can be difficult. You know, maybe you can work out some super, what I'll call an off-meta counter, some super low-value counter where you can throw in your Brotherhood and beat the Darkhold, but it's pretty tough. Pretty tough to do. All right, we're getting close, but that's really what it takes. Something like that. All right. And you can see why I'm doing this. I think Dormammu's under 100%, but we might as well get him lower. Might as well get even more get a little off of Icarus and Cersei. There's no reason not to wait, because, any difference between, frankly, if I could time it so the next one to go is certainly going to be Emma. And if she could use her special, that'd even be better, because otherwise she's going to use it right when I get in and slow my team down. But I'm a little concerned. I can't have them take. I'm concerned she's got bleeds on her, and I don't know who's going to take a turn next. Perfect. Dormammu's still under 100%, and Emma used her special. Okay, I did that correctly. So we got all the cooldowns down, really. Now we'll go in with another team. See how we do. Last attack. All right. So I think a baseline that I could look at is, okay, I do have A-Force Doom. It's a full team left. And then the question is, like, what do you want to, take out of here? I mean, I could take out these two. Silver Surfer's pretty good. And T'Challa's pretty good, but maybe just keep this team, because you can kind of res. Like, you never know. It gives me some crazy options. Although Captain Marvel's got good damage now. That's an interesting question. Who damages more, her or Silver Surfer? So Captain Marvel's now got a high damage stat. I don't know. We could take out whatever her name is, Nico or something. Let's see. Let's check out A-Force and see what we're losing. The problem with my A-Force, my Nico's only 5 red stars. She gains focus and extra focus when the team's there. She gives health to the team. And then she's going to flip positive effects. But is she really going to have the focus to do that at 5 red stars with missing a teammate? Yeah, no. All right, let's go back in. Let's try it again. So we'll go back to A-Force Doom. So maybe we will take her out and put in Surfer. And just see how it goes. I mean, whatever. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, that's no big deal. Wow. Interesting. this team basically. So the question is, who do I want to ability block? And I guess we'll ability block Emma Frost since she's next. It did land. All right, let's see if we can put ability block at. Oh, I can't ability block at Chris. I'm tired. Doesn't matter. It didn't land anyway. All right, let's see what we can do. Oh, that's right. No time dampening here. Shouldn't have used Doom. Doom's garbage with his ult. Well, there you go. For the 5 people still watching this, that was a silly move on my part. Silly. Maybe I should have used him with that Secret Avenger team. Oh, well, fortunately, it doesn't matter. This team got rolled anyways. Was not going to win. So there you go. So I'm 2-1. You know, people have asked me many times how much I care about this. You know, I'm fighting people in my tier or whatever here of people who have much bigger accounts. I mean, it's just because I don't invest in bad characters, and so it's just the bottom end of my account's small and my top end of my account's large. So they're matching me up with bigger accounts. I'm surviving. What am I? If I'm 2-1, I'm gonna stay in my bracket. Last time I was 3-0. You know, it's fine. I should stay in my league. I think, you know, I think that, as I've said in my guide, the better move probably for most of you would be go heavy offense, so you get more of the kill, knockout rewards. But other than that, you know, this is what he's done and I've done is a viable strategy, and I just eked it out against a worthy opponent. All right, guys. If you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. If you got comments, questions, cheers, happy, sad, angry, mad, you can leave it below or put it in my Discord. That's linked below. You can also go to my Twitch stream. That's linked below too.